A cry of murder rings out in the prison gym. The audience of about 100 inmates watches as Rodrigo lies dead and Cassio, mortally wounded by the devious Iago, calls out for help.
What ho, no what?
The inmate actors in this production of Shakespeare's Othello are serving time for everything from drug trafficking to sexual assault. They've rehearsed their lines and practiced the choreographed swordplay for almost 9 months. It's the second year in a row the Shakespeare Project has produced a play in the Racine prison. UW Parkside Communications professor Jonathan Shaler is the director.
I've always been a Shakespeare fan. He's always moved me. I thought if I could bring that work into here and have the men connect with it, that they could use Shakespeare as a way to express more of their own humanity.
The tragedy of Othello, with its themes of racism, domestic violence, jealousy, and greed, also offer inmates ample opportunity to reflect on their own criminal behavior that landed them in prison.
She's gone. I am abused, and my relief must be to loathe her. Now, curse marriage.
35-year-old Hyson Williams has been in prison for 10 years.
And we can call these delicate creatures ours, and not their appetites.
Playing the role of Othello, a black man who marries a rich white woman, he says he had to work hard to tone down the jealous rage his character flies into when Iago tricks him into believing his wife has been unfaithful.
I was drawn to the role. Initially, I'm thinking angry black man, and of course that's me all day long. I've always been confrontational, and a problem for me most of my life has been empathizing with other people and using like theater and actually embracing other roles, and I can grasp an understanding then of how other people might feel when I do something. I am, and you can ask anybody, I am more caring now than I was when we even started the process.
For Jeffrey Morarand, who plays Cassio, becoming an inmate actor has also helped him learn to empathize with the victims of his crimes. But he says the biggest challenge for him was a scene where he gets drunk and attacks a fellow officer and loses his rank as Othello's first lieutenant.
Othello comes to me and he says, "I love you, but no more will you be an officer of mine." And it's just crushing. I have lost my reputation. I have lost that immortal part of myself, and what remains is bestial. I've had some success on the outside as a plumbing contractor and what have you, and of course it's all smoke now, it's gone, and so I can really relate in that part of it.
But Cassio is redeemed at the end of the play, and Morarand finds hope in that for himself.
He's commissioned as the governor of Cyprus, and so I hope and pray that same, second chance will not only be given to me, but that I'll take correct advantage of it. The whole idea of acting is putting yourself into another character's shoes. And in doing that, you've got to be able to think how they would think, how they're feeling, the emotions they're feeling, the hopes, the dreams, the aspirations. And I found so many times that what I was learning in group was the same thing that we were finding in our Shakespeare class. When in disgrace and fortune and men's eyes, I alone do weep my outcast state. In troubled deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate, wishing me like to one more rich in hope, featured like him with friends possessed, desiring this man's art and that man's scope, with what I most enjoy contented least. yet in these thoughts myself almost despising, haply I think on thee. And then my state, like to the lark at breaking of day arising, from sullen earth sings hymns of at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state.